Bam! What's up, everybody? It's Matt Crump. I'm back for another episode of Matt Chat Live. I missed a couple. I think I put one on 2 weeks ago. And I'm normally here every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Y'all know that. But here's the thing. I have been so busy for the past month at least, but the past couple weeks, really tight on a schedule. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit today and share with y'all some fantastic news that I'm going to make public today. That's right, today. So it's gonna be good. All right. So we got some of that coming up shortly. Don't forget at 7 p.m. tonight Eastern time, we are doing Let's Get Naked. We do that every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern on Clubhouse, and we'd love to have you. It's open to everybody now. If you don't have access to Clubhouse, contact me. I can get you in and get you an account set up, and you could be on the show tonight. Pretty easy, right? You can get all your clothes off and get naked with us tonight at 7. It's going to be good. We're going to have a good time. My friend KJ from Australia has got some fantastic information. He did a great post on LinkedIn this week, and we're going to make that our topic of discussion tonight on the show. And, you know, I've got great moderators with from London, from Australia, and several places in Australia. Of course, some folks here in good old USA scattered all over the place. So we have a blast every time. Folks, I'm telling you what, if you haven't been to one of the shows yet, you will wonder why you've waited so long. I guarantee you it's going to be amazing for you tonight. Guarantee you. It always is for everybody. It's been fantastic. So that's tonight at 7 p.m. That would be 4 p.m. for my friends out on the West Coast, the left coast over there in California. And then for my friends in Australia who live in the future, it's Thursday morning at 9 a.m. That's right, Thursday, 9 a.m. Right now, it is 7 o'clock in the morning in Australia. For those of you that are popping on here from Australia, I see a few people on here. Just comment. Tell me where you're coming from today. Tell me who you are in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you on this live version. If you're coming here on hashtag replay and you're watching some of Matt Chat Live today, pop some information there. Tell us where you're coming from. And I would love to connect with you as well. All right. So I got some great stuff we got coming up here shortly. I think that I'm trying to look over here at a couple of things. I do have some information I'd like to share with you from a couple of our sponsors. One of my great dear friends from Australia, just talking about that a moment ago. His name is Danny Shannon with Encapsulator.io. Be right back. Encapsulator.io, if I got cut off there, Encapsulator.io is a fantastic platform, really some cutting technology. And there are some new things getting ready to happen with Encapsulator that will just going to blow your mind. It's amazing. So you go to Encapsulator.io right now, get on board, but they're doing some changes, got a new app coming out, and all these integrations are going to be fantastic. What in the world's Encapsulator.io? I just showed you a little bit, but it's video, it's time capsules, it's this, that. So why would you need that? I've got YouTube, I've got Instagram, I've got videos, I've got my phone, or you don't have a Encapsulator, right? So it's been so good that there's actually been studies from psychologists and whatnot that are now using this platform to help people. It can be used inside of your business organization. So for example, let's say you've got a business startup and you are starting today. All right, what is today? July 28th. Hello, July 28th, 2021. And let's say you just started your business and you wanted to say that in 3 years from today, this is the thing that I'd like to see accomplished in our business. These are the places I'd like to see us where we can go and the impact we'd like to make in the world. And then you say, my name's Matt Crump and I feel about these things and I'm experiencing this in my life right now and this and that, and blah, blah, right? You make this video and it gets sealed into a time vault for the time you specify. This one's particularly might be 3 years down the road. All right. So 3 years down the road, you open this thing up. You may have forgotten it was even there. Secretary says, hey, Matt, you got to open up this thing today. Today's your day. The time vault opens up and you can check it out. You go to Encapsulator.io, you open it up and you listen to what you told yourself 3 years ago. And you're looking at that going, oh, man, Right? It's amazing. Now you can use it inside for teams. For example, inside of a business, you've got a corporation, you've got different team members, different management folks, and you've got certain tasks that need to be accomplished, goals that need to be set, and those that need to be accomplished. You can use that. I said twice. You can use Encapsulator to do things like that. There's so many different applications. Just go there. It's all the information is there at encapsulator.io. It's really, really inexpensive. And now when the new app is coming out, it's going to be so super handy and so valuable for you personally, as well as those of us that might be using it for business. All right. So speaking of business, man alive, I have been so busy lately. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful for a lot of you out there that are watching today and that have been a part of my life and how much you mean to me. There's so many folks out there that say really nice things to me. There's a couple knuckleheads out there too, I'll tell you, but they're not that many, but there's a whole lot more nice ones than bad ones. And you know who you are. And I'm very, very grateful for you. I love to serve you. I love to help people. I mean, I can give you all the 25-cent phrases that I've got out there and everything. You can read all on my website, but I'll get past all the script that I have and just tell you right here that I love to see when the lights turn on. I love to see when someone who thought they couldn't do. I mean, that's amazing to me. And to be a part of something like that, where you can be a part of some transformation in someone's life, there's no price tag for something like that, y'all. None. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, one, let's talk, because I want to talk to you about it. Two, and there's nothing like serving people. And I know we're all busy, but when you find someone that you can pour into without any thoughts of compensation, without any thoughts of attaboys and pats on the back and telling you how great you are, just to do it, it doesn't just help the other person. It really helps you. So I just encourage you to do that. It's nothing like it. And I'm so grateful for you guys. And I still have folks coming to me today for help. What I do in my business with, I'm a certified empowerment coach. I'm a business consultant. I am all kinds of things, right? I'm a marketing guy. I am a designer. I'm a webmaster. I do branding. I'm an author. I'm now an international best-selling author. That and $25.99, I'll get you the book. But I've got some other books coming out here shortly. One of my new ones is called Success Begins on the Inside. And I've had to stop because there's so many things that have happened in my life in the past few months. I need to add some more to that book. I've found some things that I think could be helpful for people and mistakes I've made that I don't want you to make. So I'm hoping you'll get a chance to check some of those things out. A lot of them come through my content that I do daily here at LinkedIn. Right. So anyway, enough about that stuff. I just am grateful for you all. And another one of my friends, I had his business thing here, but he's made some changes. But his name's Chris Webb. He's out on the left coast there too. Sorry, West Coast. I'm just being silly. And he's up north. He's a great guy. Comes from Canada. He bounces between Canada and Washington, his family. And he's got a fantastic consulting business. He's a great man. He does wonderful things for people. Talking about transformation, right? He is a big part of that in a lot of different businesses. Interesting thing sometimes is when you offer transformation for certain businesses, corporations, individuals, there comes a time where the rubber has to meet the road. There comes a time when you've got to do something and it's not very comfortable. And when you've hired somebody to walk you through that process and they're telling you this is the way we need to go, and you dump that person or you just quit, man, you miss out on so much. And there, unfortunately, are situations like that occur. So, when you got somebody you're hired, I mean, unless they're an absolute bonehead jerk, right? There's a difference between being directive and being a leader than being a jerk. There's a difference. So I'm not talking about jerks. I'm talking about people that have your best interests at heart. And when they say this is the next step, you might as well take it. You may find something, because if you've never done it before, you just don't know. But when you make that step and you step in that place, you're like, oh my, I just never knew this was possible. Yeah, that's why we're here. So just do that. Whatever you're trying to accomplish in your life. There's books you read, people you talk to, you may have things like that happen. I've had a lot of it in my life lately. It's not pleasant, but there are places that you jump off to that change everything. So be encouraged, my friends. All right, so I want to tell you some great news. Great news. Talking about news, I'm now a part of an organization that I'm super happy to be a part of. For the past several months, I've been talking to a few different people. Actually, where it came from, talking about networking, a friend of mine named Todd, he and I had talked. He called on me to try to sell me something. And I thought it was pretty good, but the timing was just off a little bit. Nothing about him or the product. That was great. Just the timing was not right for what I was doing. And he understood it. And he really heard my story, and he believed in me. He liked me. I'm so glad you like me, Todd. He liked me to the point that a few months went by, and I got a call from him and said, "Hey, man, I need you to talk to somebody. I was thinking about you, talked about you somebody. I want you to call this person." And I did, because I believed in him as well. I was grateful for his honesty, and for him to remember me meant a lot, and for him to know where my talents lied and how it could be helpful for somebody else was a blessing too. So I definitely say thank you to Todd for that connection. That's the value of having connections, folks. That's what's for. Not about getting numbers and followers on LinkedIn, not about being popular. Connection, right? It takes effort. So I met another man, and we talked for quite a while, and he was very passionate, very persuasive, very focused. And when he was saying the things to me, he was telling me, I had a moment in my life to make a decision. And there are moments in our lives when something is standing before you, and you've got two things, yes or no. And there's sometimes those yeses are like, man, if I do this, if I make this step, things are going to be quite different in my life, and I'm going to make some changes and shifts. Or you're going to just, well, I'll just say we're all adults here. You're going to half-ass it. Bottom line, you're all in or you're not. So I said, I'm all in. And I've been making some transitions for the past month or two to make some of this occur in my life so I could be absolutely present. So the name of this company is called Your News Media Group. And the CEO is Sam Anthony, who's become a friend of mine. And I think Sam may be watching. Hello, Sam. And he talked to me about a product that at first I thought, okay, it was about news, right? A news platform. I mean, there's lots of news out there. I got tons of apps with news. But, one thing that's been interesting, especially for those of us in the United States, and you all that aren't in the United States that hear this mess, there's been so much. News used to be something you could sit down and listen to. Now news is like a giant noise. It's just a giant noise. I don't care who you support. What I think is that the news has completely changed in the past probably 20 years, not as hard on the front side, but it kept moving this direction to a place where now it's way more opinion than it ever has been news. And I think that a lot of people that fought super hard, many actually gave their lives for the freedom that we have here in the United States, the freedom of press. We can share our thoughts, our ideas. Doesn't matter if you agree or not, we're free to do it. And when we first started doing those things back when we weren't even in the United States, we were colonies, it was so powerful. It was a place where people could finally understand what was happening. You realize that back in days like that, they had issues with sanitation, for example. Like there were places where, I mean, let's face it, y'all, we have to poop. We got to pee. It's got to go somewhere. There wasn't any toilets back then, outhouses, things of that nature, but there's diseases that spread as a result. When you have a highly populated area that keeps growing fast and you don't have places to put stuff, it has to go somewhere. And there were issues of things happening. There were infestations with bugs and rats and all kinds of things that were occurring. And the only way to get some change at that time was a network, a place where people could hear things and understand something and then work together. So there were a bunch of things that were created back then, but one of the most popular was Benjamin Franklin. Around 1738, 39, he was a young man. He was 17 years old. He came to the United States off the boat, and he was not learned. He was not. He was of no nobility. He was just a kid, but he had a drive. He had an idea. So I want to share this video with you here, and I'll come back and talk to you about that in a moment. But let's start in that place where, if you're an American listening to me today, we are family. We are Americans. It means a lot. I'm a veteran of the United States military. I served during the war. I love our country. I hate so much of the things that are happening to us, but I love our country. There's nothing like it on the planet. And as a result, there's some things I want to go back to. And I want to share with you this video, and I'll give you a little surprise after the video when we watch it. So let's see if I can pull it up here. There we go. All right, y'all, watch this.
In 1729, a passionate and eager to learn young man named Benjamin Franklin bought the one-year-old Pennsylvania Gazette, and in a short period of time was able to turn it into a major connection and information center for people in the colonies. He also created a massive opportunity for businesses to advertise and grow their business in ways they couldn't previously do.
The power of the press was finally in the hands of the people. Information was able to spread fast and people began to feel more connected than ever. It was their news, their freedom, and most likely nothing they would have expected to see, or quite frankly nothing they would be very proud of seeing or hearing what it has become now in 2021.
The House managers spoke about rhetoric, about a constant drumbeat of heated language.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You gotta be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
But I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching you. When you're in high school, I'd take you behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
No, I wish you were in high school, I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Exhibit here. I mean, give me a break. Give me a large break here.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
About blowing up the White House. And it is ironic that you're sitting here and you're having 3 Caucasian people testify and tell you what their expertise are. Do you want to know what my expertise are? Black in America. I've been Black in America my whole life, all 30 years. And I can tell you that you guys have done the exact same thing every 4 years ahead of an election cycle, and it needs to stop.
I'll yield back.
Man, guys, there is an opportunity for a revolution like we have experienced before. There was a moment in time when freedom and relationship and communication meant something. And we're finally to a place where there is a solution to the problem. I've gone to barbershops and stood in lines at grocery stores and Walmart and different places or repair shops. And I hear the same conversations everywhere I'm going. Different states, different countries. And at some point, the conversation has to change. Or or it's not going to be good. Now, we're better than that here. We're better than that in this country. We are better leaders than that. We should be. So here's the thing. I don't get online and give my opinions all the time about politics or news or anything like that. And what I'm proud to be a part of here is not an organization that's here to bash anything. And we're here to stand up for something. We're here to do something like this young man that you saw in the beginning of this video, Benjamin Franklin, did. He came here to the country. He knew he had opportunity. He went after it. And he took an opportunity to do something about it. He met a man here when he was in Pennsylvania. He was one of the most popular guys in the area because he had a library. He had over 3,000 books in his library. I mean, he was the internet back then, this man. And Benjamin didn't know how to read or write, but he met this guy. He could hold a conversation, and he got some books. He started reading those books by candlelight at night. He was devoted. He was passionate to get something that he could learn and something he could share. Period of time, he met somebody who had a place called the Pennsylvania Gazette. It was a new company, started about a year. He ended up coming up with enough cash to buy that place. His brother was there, James, him. They started this company, and they created this thing called the newspaper. Now, it was a newspaper, but there was a little bit of a difference. Now there was an opportunity to share things that were important culturally and community that had not been shared that way before. Within a matter of time, he was able to expand to a little bit further outside of his network, and he was able to begin doing something called advertising. He started selling advertisements in this newspaper, and they ran along the edges of the paper in this Gazette. And within another period of time, in the advancements that Benjamin was having in his life, he was sought after and was appointed to be the Postmaster General. He was in charge of the postal system in the United States of America. You know what happened when he did that? The newspaper he had, the Pennsylvania Gazette, instantly had distribution in places he didn't have it before. He put it on the bags of these people that were carrying the mail, and it went everywhere through all the colonies, even over the ocean to the Caribbean areas. And the word started spreading. Businesses started getting, could you imagine living in North Carolina and somebody in Massachusetts had an ad for something that you were really into, but you didn't even know they existed? And there was no way to figure it out because they're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. And we don't have cars back then, y'all. So imagine the mind-blowing information to find things like this. There's so much that happened in that period of time. So what I'm getting back to is that there's an opportunity to do some things we've never done before here in the United States. And the little surprise I have, some of you may remember, is that the man that I'm talking about that did these things, was able to put out this first big network and started really the internet of the day back then. It was my uncle. I'm the 14th generation of Benjamin Franklin, and I'm proud to say that I am. Now, yeah, Ben didn't do things great in his life. He had some issues. He owned slaves. He did things that he shouldn't have done in his private life. We all screw up. He did some amazing things, though. Side note, after the Declaration of Independence was signed and done, there was one man who was extremely passionate about something before this man named Abraham Lincoln came around. They started doing this thing with the Constitution, and Ben, my Uncle Ben, was changed in his heart, and he stood for emancipation. He wanted to end slavery, and he wanted to write it into the Constitution. He wanted to change everything, and he fought till his death to do it. And I'm so proud that that's in my heritage, in my bloodline, and I have a chance to do that with you, and we get to do it together. That's the best part. So we're not here to fight like that. We're not here to do some of the things that you saw some of those people saying. We're here to bring change, and it comes to the ways we do things. So what is your news? It's a news platform, and it has, surprise, news. It's got news on it, national news and local news. Now, we have local affiliates all throughout the United States of America. We have a whole map covered with affiliates that are now part of the Your News Media Group network. And you can get information from and advertise into your local community, as well as be able to do the same thing nationally. It kind of like goes back to Ben when he was starting to do some of this distribution. You can now have access to that. Here's the other thing. We don't have these insane price tags that just prices a lot of people out of business. Now we made things so that it's easy, it's affordable, and it's an opportunity to scale, an opportunity to grow ways you never had before. All right, so that's your news. But we talked a moment ago about this thing I called citizen journalists, and Sam really came up with this idea, and we brainstormed some things, and we came up with these titles that really mean something to us. So we have an opportunity as citizen journalists, because a lot of you out here like to write. And if you're an American, you live in a certain place, whatever, I mean, you can actually do this. We're looking for people that want to be writers, and we call them citizen journalists. They're people that say, I want the power of the press to be able to be put back into the hands of the people. That's originally what it was all for. We want to give the news, not opinions, news. Stopped at a location today. We saw a building catch on fire. The fire station came 15 minutes later. They extinguished the fire. 25 people were saved. One guy got to the top and saved a little child. It was a horrible scene, but it ended very well. There were no deaths as a result, and we'll have more information coming up at 11. That's news, right? Other stuff would be like, we were in the worst part of town, and in this part of town, we were driving through, and we noticed a building burning down, and it was going up fast. And the fire department finally got there, and they were able to get some people out. But, sometimes that fire department doesn't show up on time, but they did this time, and they got some people out, and they were able to save the last person. But we have issues with stuff like time and stuff, and it was very good that this happened this time. But let's talk about how they need to do this consistently. Okay, wait a minute. It's not news. That's opinion. There's a big difference. We report the news, and as citizen journalists, you have an opportunity to share news with people nationally, locally, and of course around the world. And we're looking for citizen journalists right now. We have that application process going live on our website now. Maybe you don't want to be a full-time or part-time journalist, like an actual writer, a photographer, a critic, an expert. We've got a lot of opportunities for people to be a part of what we're doing. We already have news, but we're inviting more people into the process. We're inviting you into the process to become part of this. You get to share the news, right? Let's say you live in a little town. I live in a town called Hope Mills, North Carolina. They love sports here. And in this town, we have an opportunity to see some of our kids go to state nationals all the time. And there's some great stories about some certain kids. If I were a guy who'd like to do that with sports, and I follow this team around all the time, and maybe I did a local radio show or something, I might want to write a story. You can. Now you're going to have an opportunity as a citizen journalist team member to actually put some of these stories together, and you'll submit them to the local affiliate who will approve the stories and publish them. We'll put them online. You write the news, we publish it. You have an opportunity. Isn't it amazing? Yeah, you don't have to go to school for years. I mean, there's some that do, and they're incredible people. And we're hoping to get a lot of folks like that. And then there's some that just are really passionate and want to write something and share the news. We love that too. Obviously, we're looking for sentence structure and grammar and things to be good. I mean, of course, we want it to be with integrity and to be with excellence. But you can do it. And what if you wrote this story about this amazing moment with this amazing person, and this amazing result happens? It was so good, it got bumped up to us nationally, and we thought, wow, people need to hear this story. We'll put it out there nationally. Your story, Bob in Littletown, USA. You have a chance to be a nationally recognized journalist for a story that was incredible. It's amazing, y'all. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We're also in communications and partnership with another organization called Your Spot. Now, it's a different spelling. It's Y-O-R-E. I know you expect your to be Y-O-U-R, but this is, think in your head, Y-O-R-E, yourspot.com. I'll put it up here in a moment. Y'all know this little thing called Facebook out there, right? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these other places. And one of the most interesting things over the past few years here, in all these American-based companies, is the argument and the issues of censorship and keywords and people being able to put something out there and not put something out there. I mean, I'm not even talking politics. It could be religion. It could be opinions. There's just all kinds of stuff that happens. There's a lot of people don't like that anymore. And they just want to do their own thing or have something. I'm not talking about going crazy. I'm talking about responsible folks doing responsible stuff and just having a communication with their friends. What if you had a platform that didn't censor? What if you had a platform that let you be you? What if you had a platform that stood for something like the values we've just been talking about? A place where Americans would be Americans. Well, it's open to everybody. But you can go to this website called Your Spot. It's Y-O-R-E. Let me write it down here. I'll put it in right now. Let's do this. I should have done that earlier, but y'all, I'm running 1,000 miles an hour. Yourspot.com. All right, here we go. We're going to do this. All right, so here's what I'd love you to do. If you're watching this today or you're watching it on replay, go to this website, yourspot.com. I've already got an account set up over there. Incredible. Well, behind the scenes, there's a man named Brandon. He's the CEO of the company. He does amazing work over there. He's very passionate. He's had thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that have come to yourspot.com that have left some of these other social media sites because of the way it's set up and the way they have freedom to do things that they haven't had freedom to do. So he's got another version, another update of his website platform. I'm sorry, that is launching soon. It's in beta version right now, and I will tell you, it's going to be a surprise what you'll see. It's absolutely amazing. It's really amazing. I'm so glad. The first platform was really cool. I dug some of the things it was doing, but the new one that's out now, the beta version, that's what I would have expected. That's it. And you're going to freak out. It's really killer. All right. So you can create the account now. It's free. Go to yourspot.com, set your stuff up, and you can share it all the other places from there. It's got all the access there. You're going to be very familiar with a lot of the tools. There'll be some things that are available on there that you haven't seen available at the other places that will probably be pretty exciting for you. And in the beta version, probably even more. I mean, you might want to put on some diapers for that one because you might pee your pants. I'm just saying, it's pretty crazy. All right, so you've got yourspot.com. I want you to be able to go there. And I'm going to talk more about Your Spot next week. I'm going to do some more details, see if I can get Brandon, hopefully, to come on one of the Matt Chat Lives. We'll do a little interview about that and share with you some of his heart and why he's been doing that stuff. But I have some videos I'll be creating here over the next week or two that will really be able to tell that story. I want to share with you something else here. I've got, pull it up. Going back to, I hope I can fit this on the screen. Let's see here. Where is it? Oh, it's the background. I need to put a picture in here. Let's see here. Video clips. Overlay. Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. Hang on a second, folks. We're live right here at Matt Chat Live. So here it comes. I think this. Let me see. Quick look. Yeah, this is it. All right. I'm going to share this with you real quick. Here we go. I'm sorry. I should have been better prepared. I did. I just put it in the wrong section. Sorry. Human being. Sorry, not sorry. All right. So your nose. First impressions are lasting impressions from prospects excited to find you and eager to be your customer. We make impression advertising easy and affordable. Easy and affordable. It's so cool. Over here. This thing. Over here. There it goes. Right here. Let me tell you. If you've been doing Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, Twitter advertising, any advertising, when you find out about this right here and what you can do with your business and how your news is going to be able to help really expand and scale what you're doing, we've got so many people that are just super excited about what they're seeing, the results they're getting, and how they're able to do that work. It's a fantastic opportunity to get on board with something right now. That's amazing. I know a lot of investors out there too. And as we're scaling, there are opportunities. And I'd love to talk with you about that too. If you're interested in getting more details about our platform, I'll pull that one up here too. I was in the video, but here's the real deal. And it's so simple. I mean, you can't forget this one, right? Here it is. Right, we got it. Yournews.com. It can't be any simpler. And it's straight up news. There's some great stories in there you can find. There's things that are inspirational. If you're a content creator like I am, the way that the platform is laid out, they're basically in kind of a, it's not really like an Instagram kind of a layout, but it's got sections that are a little bit not square. I mean, they're more, I guess, rectangle vertically. And it's got some fantastic, whoops, I'm in the wrong section here. I just launched Zoom. It's in the, on the website. When you see it, you'll see how it's laid out in these blocks. And you could, just when you're doing your regular research or checking out news or looking for things that are happening for content that you want to talk about, the way it's laid out is amazing. You could just see it and get a great idea what the story is about. You can expand the story and read fully on the whole thing for sure. You can share from there easily through all the platforms that you're a part of: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all those places, easily to be able to share. And you can use that inside of your content. If you're on LinkedIn, like I am, that's my home base. I'm able to share that content on LinkedIn. You're about to see a lot of that happening from me. Because there's a lot of things on there that are very beneficial to job seekers, to CEOs, to staff leaders and management, to small businesses, entrepreneurs. There's so much that's available there. You go to the right side of the website, you'll be able to see a menu where you can look at through specific categories of what we have available for you on the news. Tons and tons of it available there. So again, the Your News platform is strictly news. That's where we have all the news information, opportunities for you to find out whatever you'd like to find out by incredible writers all around the planet. And don't forget, you can be one of them as a citizen journalist. Or if you want to be a citizen journalist team member, you can do the same thing. I'll share that information with you in a post coming up next week. So that's it for me, guys. I wanted to share shortly with you today some things that I'm super excited about, some things that have really been a blessing to occupy my time with lately. And I've got even more coming. I'm getting on a plane in the morning and headed down to where our main office is at, where the CEO's at. We got some work we're going to do down there. I'm so excited to be a part of the team. And I'll be shooting some videos for you while I'm down there, because I'm going to be sharing with you what's going on. So expect from me this little shift. Now, I'm still Matt, the business consultant, and Matt, the empowerment coach, and the branding guy and marketing guy, all these things that I've done. I'm still that. That's still me. But my main focus now is I'm shifting everything towards my role as the Chief Creative and Branding Officer of Your News Media Group. So I made a little change on my LinkedIn profile and snuck it in on y'all. I don't know when, maybe 3 weeks ago or so now, and put that's my new position. And that is my new position. I am now the Chief Creative and Branding Officer of Your News Media Group Incorporated. Very, very excited to be a part of that. Again, we are nationally launched and locally launched in your area, your region. You can go to our website. One thing I should do before we go, let me pull this website up for you. I'll share with you our site. Some of you might be going to it while I'm talking. So I'll pull it up here. I'll come back to you. I'm going to share my screen. Screen share. I love StreamYard. They're so easy to use. I will go back to our news here. Here we go. Bada boom, bada bing. All right. So here we are on our site at yournews.com. Come down and pop this off so you can see it. All right. So we are right here at the top of the page. You'll see the date and whatnot. And I'm trying to do this with 2 different screens. I should have had my other monitor up. Let me go full screen. There we go. All right. So you'll have over here, you've got your date area. You can search things here, submit your news here, which is really cool. This area right here, right now you see it says Fayetteville, North Carolina. Like, you could go here and actually put in your zip code. Let me see if I can zoom in on that for y'all. Whoop. All right. So you could come to the website and you type in your zip code, change your location, and you could go to that area locally. So let's say, I forget what I did earlier today. I think I did New York City, which is 10001, I think it was. Let's see, New York. Try real fast. And okay, we just changed. We're on a different website now. Oh, check it out. We're the same website, but right now I just went to New York City. So I was at the local side in my area, and now I'm looking at the news for New York City. So you've got the national news. What you can watch is all the national stuff, or you can change it immediately and go to find out what's happening in your area. Super simple, right? It's so cool. The next thing you can do when I was talking about navigating, you go over to the menu right here, pop the menu up. It changes the screen a bit. And now you have several different things you can look at. You can do where you submit your news. I talked about that earlier. National news, local edition. You can expand the national. Look inside of here. Top stories, business, entertainment, environment, health, lifestyle, opinions, politics, so on and so forth. Tons of stuff to look at. Local is going to be around the same kind of stuff, just local instead of national. Local events. What's going on in my town? What can I do with my girl this weekend? What can I take my family to on Saturday? Because we're bored to death at the house. What can I do? Here it is. By the way, we're supposed to be putting masks on again. What's featured stuff? Trader TV, videos, weather, world, classifieds. How about a classified ad, right? You want to try to find a car in your town? You can do it right here at the platform on yournews.com. It's so killer. Oh, look, he put in Sudoku and crosswords. That's fun. That's cool when you're sitting somewhere and waiting at an airport and you're bored to death. You can go to Your News while you're checking your news out, and then you can start playing crossword puzzles on the same page. That's killer. All right, so you got all your news here. Let me shrink it down some. You'll see a couple of things that are really interesting. When let me get rid of the menu. That'll help. Okay, so when you see this now, this one ad you see is for Survival Gear US. Say that 10 times fast. And he is one of our advertisers and sponsors at Your News. And this is his ad. And it's his ad running on this New York City page. I mean, how good is that? Look at that ad. Isn't that beautiful? Imagine having that ad space on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. I mean, that would be like you own the platform. I mean, come on. You'd be amazed how you can do that and what it costs. Quite a big difference. That guy looks like me. Is that weird or what? I mean, let me go back here. This guy looks like me with a mask on. Wow. Found my guy, my avatar. All right, so this is how the stories are laid out. I talked to you about that before. So super cool. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Whoop, whoop. You can email it. Share the link. You can, I don't know the pluses. I think that's the RSS feed. You can read more. Check out the whole story. Check this out. Let's do it. What's this? FDA commissioner. All right, so let's go to his story. So now that we're going to his story, now I'm giving you a tour. We're going to his story. We're going to that whole page. Now we're in the local stuff, really local area, and you're able to see something else. So here's the guy's story. Let's say you wrote the story. And what's all this? Well, these are advertisers. Solar City, Back the Blue. This is solar company. There's an advertisement for us telling you how you can be a part of what you can do by advertising on Your News. Here's one that talks about apps. Here's one that talks about Your Spot. Whoop, whoop. Here's one with Velocity, your ammo superstore. You think they have ammo advertisements on Facebook? I don't think so. So, man, what an amazing looking platform, right? There's that Your Spot again, too. Got to go there and set up an account. All right, so I'm going to come on back to you over here. Oh, yeah. All right, so that's a little brief view. I'm going to give you some more of that stuff over the next couple of weeks and share with you some great insights, how to do things there, some surprises that'll be there for you, some really cool opportunities for you to not only get informed, but to help inform others by actually sharing news and how to be able to put your business on there. What if you're a real estate broker and you want to do some real estate advertisement in New York City? How much does it cost to do an advertisement and blow up the pages to tell people that you're the real estate investment person in New York City? How much you think that costs to do it right on Facebook? 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 500,000. Come on, y'all. I know a lot of people that spend bank on advertising. I know some folks that spend $250,000 a month to advertise. I'm not here to nitpick one particular organization, but there's a lot of money spent out there. Can be different, folks, I'm telling you. And you can have some great, great opportunities to advance whatever you're doing. jump on board. All right, so that's a little bit about what I'm going to do, y'all. I'm so excited to be a part of this company and organization, and to be able to do something that I feel is part of my lineage, part of my legacy from my family, with my great Uncle Ben Franklin, with what he did then, and with all the corrupt stuff and the things that have been happening over the past few decades. I count it a privilege and an honor to be a guy who gets to take news and communication and social platforms to an entirely different place. It's really to the place that we all wanted in the first place. Well, we didn't know what it was, did we? We got introduced to something. Felt good. And then we realized we might have taken some things out of context or done some things a different way and wish we'd have done it differently. Well, wait no longer. Here we are, yournews.com. All right. So again, my name is Matt Crump, and I am now the Chief Creative and Branding Officer at Your News Media, yournews.com. And super proud to be in partnership with our friend Brandon, who's the CEO and runs this great social platform called Your Spot, YORE spot.com. That really could be your spot. I think you'll love it. It's going to be pretty fun. Might as well jump on board now. So that's it for now. I'm going to hang up because you know why? I've got our show at 7 p.m. coming up in an hour and 8 minutes. I got to get something to eat. I don't even think I had lunch today. I've been running. So I'm going to get something to eat, chill out a little bit, get ready for our show. And man, we're going to have a fantastic conversation. If you're not on Clubhouse, hit me up between now and then if you can. Get my attention some way. Hit me up on LinkedIn, send me a message. Facebook, I might see it. You can hit me up through the website. Whatever you're going to do, try to get a hold of me. LinkedIn probably the best bet because I'm getting ready to put our event up there for the page for tonight. And you can come in and I'll get you access if you don't have it. I'd love to have you come in. And it's an opportunity for people just to talk. We get to share things. And tonight we're going to be talking about some serious subjects. And it's going to be amazing. KJ Wong is an amazing individual. And I'm so grateful he's in my life down there in Down Under in Australia. All right. So again, my name is Matt Crump. Happy to be here with you. Super excited to be a part of yournews.com. And I've got way more information I'll be sharing with you over the next few weeks as I continue to morph my brand and my information so that you will see me more in that role and the opportunities that I'm going to be able to share with you and avail your way. I'll share with you some Todd's information, Sam's information. We'll have them on the shows so you can contact them and have opportunities to advertise on this great platform. Both of them. You're going to be able to take, not only are you going to advertise on Your News, when you do packages with us now, when you advertise there, you get it on both platforms. It's more than double bang for your buck. You can't even measure how great of an opportunity it is. It's fantastic. And vice versa. Your Spot is sending people and giving them advertising on Your News as well. We're sharing space with each other to really help bring some things about in our country and our time that we need. And I think there's a lot of businesses out there that need to be heard. And when you've wondered, how am I going to get the word out? Here we are, yournews.com, yourspot.com. All right. So until the next time at the same Matt time, same Matt channel, thanks for hanging out with me today for a different session of Matt Chat Live. I didn't have a guest today. I just wanted to share with you what's going on in my life, the change that has been made. It's going to be a big shift for how I talk about things and do things. So you guys have an opportunity to know about that. If you watch live today or if you're on the replay, thank you for that. I'll be reaching out to you from Florida. I will be down in the lower part of Florida for the next few days and doing a lot of work, but having some great time too with some great people and preparing for you to have the best time of your lives and your business. I'm super excited to be able to prepare that for you. And I hope you'll hit us up. All right, go to yournews.com, get that all set up. We got some more coming your way, some more surprises on that channel. And then Your Spot, YORE spot.com, where we can do some more communications. And we've got a bunch of goodies getting ready to come out too. I'll be giving away some things here shortly. So anyway, there we go. All right, I'm trying to look for my closer here and my beautiful friend who her name's Tasia. She is a voiceover actress. She does amazing work. And she helped me out with my intros and outros. And I want you to be able to hear her too. Another amazing American, passionate about people around the world. And she helps their voices be heard. She calls it Give Great Voice. And she sure does. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Lord willing, the creek don't rise, right here at Matt Chat Live.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode here on the Hope Revealed Podcast Network. If you'd like to find out more information about this episode, or learning more about Matt's coaching or consulting services, resources, or booking information he has available, please visit mattcrump.tv. And thank you again for tuning in. And remember, in any dark place or any uncertain moment, right around the corner, there can always be a hope revealed.